Unlike the government, ordinary citizens of Ukraine are in favor of the European integration. Protests are going on in Ukraine against the cabinet decision to suspend preparations for the conclusion of the association agreement with the EU. The opposition representatives in the Verkhovna Rada did not like the decision as well. Protests were held in Kiev, Donetsk, Kharkov, and Lvov. I came from the city of Lvov. I wanted to express my civic position. The young citizens of the country are for the European Union. We want the quality of our life and the level of medicine and education to be compliant with European standards. One of the conditions for the conclusion of the association agreement with the European Union was, among other things, the allocation of at least 150 billion euros for modernization of production to bring it up to EU standards. The Prime Minister Mykola Azarov said this in an interview to the national TV channel. According to the head of the cabinet, Ukrainian producers need Russian sales markets, and if the country loses them, it might go bankrupt. Azarov pointed out that the current government has not abandoned their strategic course towards the European integration, but has just changed the tactics. But the people saw this as nothing but a completion of the process and are now demanding the resignation of the cabinet and the president. The leader of the Ukrainian Democratic Alliance for Reform, Vitaly Klitschko, who is planning to take part in the presidential elections in 2015, is one of the activists today. He believes that Ukraine needs quick and efficient reforms. We see stagnation in the economy today. Production and investments are decreasing. Ukraine is one of the most corrupt countries in Europe, and without solving these problems, without making reforms, we cannot be a modern country. I was in Kazakhstan for just a few weeks, and I can say I was envious. According to the politician, the crisis literally swept through Ukraine. Plants do not work, people are becoming poorer, and corruption is growing. Direct investments in the country have decreased by 15%. A lot of international banks are leaving the country. The output has decreased by 5%, and the per capita income has decreased by 1.5%. На 1,5% упала доход на душу населения, ВВП. The opposition believes that Verkhovna Rada failed to prepare the necessary package of laws for the European integration and hopes that the mission of the European Parliament will continue the work despite the actions of the deputies. Meanwhile, Azarov said that Ukraine will return to the issue of the EU accession and signing of the agreement in about 6 months. This will happen after having consultations with Russia and the European Union.